so I'm back from Serbia. It's been actually almost a week since I came back, and there was so many dehydrated plants when I came back. I think my husband watered plants very little. I asked him to do only one watering in about 15 days, and it was they were just really dry under lights. There was also dry plants outside, and then there was a lot of plants that got burned. Some that I'm really sad about, so I'm trying to figure out what to do with them, and as I'm doing that, I wanted to share with you so you can see how the burn looks on succulents, and also what can you do. So yeah, let me show you around how some of those plants are doing. Also, I have one plant that got a little bit big and leggy, so I'm planning to repot that one and maybe cut it up a little bit and propagate. So we're gonna do that as well. So let's take a look. So here are some of the plants on the deck that got really dry and burned. But before that, I'm gonna just quickly show you this Adansonii. If you watch my previous videos, then you know that like half a plant is missing. It was full of dry and brown leaves. So I don't know what happened. I removed the brown leaves. There is still yellow coming up. But I don't know if it was too dry at some point and lost roots, got water, and then got root rot. I haven't pulled it out of the soil yet, but I think I'm gonna have to do it because it keeps getting more yellow leaves, which is not a good sign. This sticks on fire, not terrible. Just a few leaves that got burned. This is burned here. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with this one. Maybe just leave it as it is, or just chop off this top. Probably the worst is this jade. So I don't know if you can see how bad it is. You see this brown and whitish? This is all burned all over. And it's this side mainly, not so much this side. But there is some damaged leaves on that side as well. Then this one was burned really bad. You can see brown. Really bad. This one is great. Just got a lot of color, and lost some leaves because they were also very dehydrated when I came back. But overall good. This one was severely burned. That's that beautiful Graptopetalum that I showed you before I left. That was blooming. The blooms dried up. I just cut them, and then you can see. So this one I may let grow and then later on maybe propagate, but I don't think I'm gonna touch that one now. The main one that I want to deal with is this one, big Crassula Ovata Jade. This one here was kind of bluish color, maybe like this when I left. So it was cold and sunny, and it got like really strong colors, pink and whatever else. But it doesn't have much of a burn actually. There is burn a little bit here and here, but overall pretty good. So cacti did great. No burn there for the most part. There is a little bit on this one, but overall doing amazing, and a lot of them blooming. This one is getting ready, and this one was open today, so I didn't catch it. I think I'm gonna try to cut this one a bit and show you what you can do. So when you do have burn, you don't have to cut it just looks bad, but it's not going to kill your plant. When your plant will grow normally after, and it's going to outgrow eventually these leaves. But in this case, I would like to cut some of them because I don't want them permanently to stay like this for a year. So I'm gonna cut off some of these worst looking ones because, as you can see, underneath there is normal leaves, except they're a little bit still dehydrated. So I'm gonna chop off wherever really bad, like this is really bad burn here. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop that off. And this is bite from Kyla. And this one is not as bad, but I'm gonna go ahead. There's one yellow leaf. You can see it's starting to look a little bit better. I was really sad about this one, guys, because I have it for a few years and it looks so nice. And alright, that's much better. So here you go, guys. I chopped out these and you can see green now. So hopefully on these tips here where I cut, there will be a new growth, so you won't see this. And this already grew in the last few weeks, so all new growth. There is some still that are burnt, which doesn't bother me if it's not as bad like this. You can see the ones that I cut. Those are the ones that I chopped off. This one is alright, really stressed and dehydrated, plus dried up some leaves, but overall doing good. So yeah, on here I think I'm gonna cut that top off, so like this. Okay, there is sap. I'm gonna go get something to clean it up. So this Sedum Clavatum I have for years, and as you can see it's quite large now. And this is after I probably took 7 big cuttings, like big rosettes. I gave some of those cuttings to Amanda that helps me at the conservatory, and it was blooming this year, so it's a bit leggy in those areas where it has been blooming. As you can see, it's hanging all over the place, and I think it really needs to be trimmed. I also haven't repotted this one for a long time, so I'm curious to pull it maybe out of the pot and just see how it is doing. So I'll start by just cutting off the branches with blooms, like this piece. You could propagate all those leaves, which I'm not gonna do. This doesn't look as bad, like there is nice rosette on the bottom, but it's very leggy up to that rosette, so maybe I'm gonna propagate just the top here and get rid of the rest. I'm just gonna go around and remove any branches that are leggy. I kind of like the look of these mature branches. It's not bad. I just think it's a little bit too big right now. And these are kind of stretched. I don't know how I'm gonna pull this out without breaking a lot of the plant. But I would love to see how the roots are. I'm gonna try to just flip it. I do see some mealybugs, just a little bit, not much. It's pretty healthy plant. Oh, there is roots that went through the pot. It's not bad. It's very dry. But I think this will allow me to clean it up a little bit and remove some debris. But you can see it does have a little bit more roots
here. So I just got this one from Gas Farms. Look at how amazing it is, guys. I have never seen such a giant ivory towers. I mean, this is my finger, so you can see how large these strings of buttons are on this one. And it's quite long, has quite long branches, so this one broke off and it's kind of unstable in this pot. It actually just fell out when I was purchasing it, and so I decided to repot it. So I brought a next size pot, well, just a little bit bigger pot, plastic pot, that I'm gonna move it to, and then I'm gonna probably use this pot to make a smaller pot with the Sedum Clavatum. And here is my repotted giant ivory towers. It's so pretty. This is gonna be really hard to separate. So I don't know. We'll see. I like these, a lot of this new growth in the center, and I like these rosettes here, even though this one is kind of flimsy a little bit. Oops. Oh, I can tuck it in. So that's one. There's just so many that I think I would probably be able to make way more than two of these pods. These are cute. So this one I do not like as much, so I'm gonna put that one on the side. This is cute too. Keep that one. These are very nice. I like this one a lot. Might start with that one. You know, sedums are kind of hard when you ship them, and they're also hard to repot because they break really easily. So we're gonna have to straighten them up a little bit later. This is really pretty one too. I'd like to use that one. So I think that's enough for this pot. I don't even think it's gonna all fit in it. So I'm gonna bring some more soil. There. It just needs a little bit of cleaning, but I'm happy how it looks now. So I'm gonna go ahead and make another one like this. Now I'm starting second pot. This one is a little bit smaller. I don't have any more terracotta pots, I think, at the moment. I actually pulled this whole piece, and it's so nice that I think it would look nice just as it is in one pot. So maybe just putting it like straight in the soil. So I'm thinking to do that, and then just add some soil now. I think Sedum Clavatum was one of the first, among the first succulents that I got. I think I started with jade, Crassula Ovata, and some cacti, and then this one I have for a long time. I really love Clavatum. It's such a pretty succulent. Here is how the second pot looks, guys. Really cute. So I'll just make last pot in this black plastic one. So I'm just cleaning up this from debris, what's left over. Maybe leave this as it is. And then add some soil and add all these leftover cuttings. Left, I have this, but these little stretch growth I'm gonna throw away. And just tuck this one in. Then I have this nice cutting I'll tuck in here. That's gonna be the third pot. So here is the final look of the two of the Sedum Clavatum pots, guys. I added just a little bit of top dressing, probably need to add some more. This second one is a little bit bigger, as you can see, has a little more plants, and some of them are more mature, so a little bit longer. Maybe I'm gonna still have to cut these 3 big branches, but we'll see. The third pot, I'm going to sell this one just because I have too many of them. This beautiful tropical plant that I got from Home Depot has grown so many leaves, guys. There's, I think, 3 separate plants, and as you can see, it's pretty big. It was so dehydrated when I came from vacation. Fortunately, none of the leaves died, and it's very much alive. So I think it needs a little bit bigger pot, even though this pot doesn't have drainage, so I think that probably helped it survive when it was not watered much. So I thought to put it in this self-watering pot from IKEA that's just a little bit bigger, about an inch, I would say, wider, and see if that can work, and then use this pot to place this Euphorbia Agavoides Lipstick so I can put it back in my bedroom. My tray is currently busy, so with some plants, so I'm gonna have to work. Oh, this is actually still in a plastic pot. It's probably, yeah, root bound, very much so. So I'm gonna make a little bit of mess here. Alright, so it's just gonna, I think it's gonna look good in this pot that's a little bit bigger, has about, you know, almost an inch all around. So I'm gonna add some soil to it, and then this pot, I'll keep that plastic pot inside so it can drain soil a little bit. I really need a white pot for these little Astrophytums that I smuggled from Serbia. It was a gift from Stevan Avramov, president of Succulent and Cactus Society in Serbia. They're babies, so no roots. Well, some have tiny little roots. And I am thinking to either pot them together like in a white pot, but I need this pot, so I need another white pot. So I propagated this one a month ago or so. So it has a lot of new roots. So I'm just kind of checking how it will look in this pot versus this pot. That's a little bit taller. It's a very small difference, except that this one has better drainage. I think I'm gonna put it in this one here. Okay, there. Just need to fill the sides. Alright guys, this one is all potted up, so pretty. I love all Euphorbia Agavoides, they're just so beautiful. This one here, I added some soil as well, and now I place the soil in this pot, and I'm just gonna tuck these little Astrophytums in, and hopefully they will root. I did leave some space between them, but eventually I will probably plant them separately. I might put pumice on top here just so it can look pretty. video, guys. So cute.
So guys, this is one of the plants that I forgot to mention that did amazing while I was gone. So this plant, in 2 weeks that I was gone, grew 2 new leaves. Before that, in 2 weeks, it grew another 2 leaves. So it currently has 6 big leaves. Guys, I propagated this from a cutting about 2.5 months ago. I made a video about it when it was smaller. And look at how big it is. Just loves it here. It gets a ton of sunlight. It's facing south, so all day long gets sun almost. And I don't know, it just loves it here. So that's really exciting. And this string of turtles that I added, I think it likes it there too. I didn't notice yellowing leaves, and it's been blooming. I think these are blooms that kind of look like that. This one also has done really well in my absence. Look at how pretty it is. I don't know, these leaves, and it grew so many new ones. It's so full. If you watch my past videos, when I bought it, it was much smaller pot. So yeah, I'm really happy here. I'm here at my master bedroom just to show where I have placed these Asterias astrophytums babies. And I watered, and the white pumice looks brownish a little bit. But yeah, so I put them on a natural sunlight facing south. I may move them under lights. I will just observe them and see how they do. I have some aloes and hawortias here. And I also added at the end there Euphorbia Agavoides Lipstick that I just repotted. As you can see, I really love the combination of plants that I have here with these white pots and the white shells. It looks so pretty. I love waking up and seeing these plants here. And I try to combine these plants with some rocks, and I have another stone here with this kalanchoe plant, and I love how this one is trailing down. And I'm so glad that this one, even though it struggled a little bit during my absence, didn't get dried up. All of those tropical plants, I think, had a harder time when I was gone because they need water a little more often than succulent plants. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and find the information from it useful, and I will see you soon in the next video.